Hyundai are aiming high with the improved version of their TL Series Tucson, a stylish, sharp-suited family mid-sized SUV aimed at the Qashqai class. We're told it'll change the way you drive. It's certainly changing this Korean brand's fortunes in this sector.
Quite a lot of work's gone into improving the engineering of this improved TL Series Tucson model, and some of that's paid off immediately. Into that category falls the new SmartStream Series 1.6-litre CRDI diesel power plant, and that's quieter and more flexible than the rumbly 1.7-litre unit it replaces. It's the engine that we'd recommend for this car, and it's offered in 115 and 136 PS guises, and in the perkier form it's available with 7-speed automatic transmission if you require that. There are two alternative petrol options: a base 132 PS 1.6-litre GDI normally aspirated unit. It's a bit lacking in pulling power and refinement though, and a preferable 177 PS 1.6-litre TGDI turbo power plant. Today, though, we're not sampling any of the engines just mentioned. Instead, we're trying the 2-litre CRDI mild hybrid diesel model, which is the only one on the range that uses all-wheel drive. Now, this variant features a lightly electrified 48-volt EcoDynamics Plus powertrain to try to silence the diesel doubters. Here, a mild hybrid starter generator, or MHSG unit, is linked up to a compact little 48-volt lithium-ion battery. This can store energy that's generated when decelerating, under braking or when coasting, and then deploy it to give a 16 PS boost to the 185 PS combustion unit when it's needed, and that reduces the load on the engine and improves economy. Hyundai quotes figures over 49.6 mpg on the combined cycle and 151 grams per kilometre of CO2. The battery and the MHSG unit also support a moving stop and start function, which automatically turn off the engine during in-gear deceleration and braking. And the whole thing is mated to a super smooth 8-speed automatic gearbox, which was specially developed for this variant. More than anything else, it's probably the design of this Tucson that'll do most to interest SUV buyers in the mid-size segment. The styling's been clearly inspired by the brand's larger and very good-looking Santa Fe SUV, and with flowing surfaces, bold proportions and sharp lines, it delivers one of the more attractive cars in this class. Time to look inside. Take a seat behind the wheel and you get the commanding view over the traffic that SUV drivers like so much, in a cabin that's smart and logically laid out. For this revised model, the brand's redesigned the upper dashboard using higher quality materials with a double stitching line. As before, the focal point of the centre console is this floating infotainment system screen, which is 7 inches in size with entry-level trim, but as here, 8 inches in size elsewhere in the range. Either way, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto phone projection smartphone mirroring is provided as standard. It's a touchscreen monitor with the usual DAB audio, Bluetooth and informational functions. Plus, it features voice control and physical shortcut buttons that make it easier to quickly change between the various functions. Time to move to the rear seat. Now, fortunately, this rearward sloping roof doesn't really impede access, that's aided by these wide opening doors. Take a seat back here and it's pretty spacious by class standards. If you've previously owned or test-driven a rival comparably priced Qashqai or Attica, you should notice just how much extra legroom's freed up by this Hyundai's slightly lengthier body. As usual, though, in this sector, a trio of adults will certainly need to be on familiar terms over longer trips. Rear passengers will also appreciate the provision of their own air vents, the seat heating that you get on top models, and the fact that these seat backs recline for greater comfort on longer journeys. And out back, well, raise the tailgate. A little disappointingly, this is only electrically powered with the very priciest models, and you'll find boot space is about average by class standards. It varies a bit depending on the engine you choose. Petrol models offer 513 litres, the 1.6-litre diesel has 484 litres, and this mild hybrid 2-litre diesel offers 459 litres. So, what do we have? The tough looks of an SUV, the sensible practicality of a 5-seat people carrier, and much of the affordability of a family hatchback. Well, these are virtues that most mid-sized crossover models offer, but this one delivers them with more space for less money than the majority of rivals can. In summary then, what we've got here is very much a Hyundai for the modern era. And in this segment, that makes it a car you might find it very difficult to ignore.